Chef Mike with Caveman Barbecue. Today I'm going to be reverse searing a tomahawk and whipping up some fun sides to go with it. Let's go. Welcome back to Caveman Barbecue, where flavor gets primal. That's right, folks. Today I'm cooking up the boss himself, tomahawk beef, rubbed down with my Caveman Barbecue double black diamond, and then reverse seared. That's right, low and slow to start, make that meat all it can be, get some smoke flavor in there, and then finished off on the grill to give me that char I love. Now, at the risk of sounding unpopular, it's not always about the meat. So today, I'm gonna whip up 3 tasty and easy sides that everyone can enjoy. And make sure you stay through to the end, because I'm gonna show you all how to make my special crispy topping for my crusted mac and cheese. We wanna get this tomahawk on our smoker. Now to do that, we wanna rub it down with Caveman Barbecue double black diamond. So here we have it, rubbed with our Caveman Barbecue double black diamond and ready for the smoker. Let's go put it on there. Here we are with our Yoder Smoker YS640. That's what we're going to be using to do our reverse sear on today. So I've got this set for around the 225 mark, and I'm going to be looking for an internal temperature on my tomahawk of about 115 before I put it on for the sear. So we're going to put this right into the smoker, right in the center of the top rack. We're going to put this baby in here to bed now and keep an eye on the temperature. Let's talk sides. We're gonna do 3 today. First one, my specialty, crusted mac and cheese, done with my special crispy topping. Then I'm gonna do a deep fried Brussels sprout. These things are so easy and so tasty. And then I'm gonna do a compound butter roasted corn on the cob. So let's start with the corn on the cob. Our compound butter roasted corn. I'm gonna make a compound butter real simple for this to put it underneath the husk of the corn. All I'm using is a bit of Caveman Barbecue cider maple rub. You can use anything you like. You can put just garlic and lemon in there. You could put just salt and pepper if you want. You could even use just butter. I like the flavors that are in this rub, so that's what I'm gonna use. To make this compound butter, we're gonna add about 50 grams of decent butter. I use salted butter. You can use unsalted, whatever you like. But I use 50 grams of a decent butter combined with about 20 grams of Caveman Barbecue cider maple rub. So the sweetness that's in this is going to complement the butter, it's going to complement the corn. Everyone likes their corn with a sweet spice. There's a little bit of heat in this, but if you've tried my rubs, you'll know that the cider rub is definitely not a hot rub. And there, that's a compound butter. Butter mixed with some spices or other flavors. So now we're going to take this and we're going to put it underneath our corn husk, and I'll show you how I've done that. So here's my ear of corn. What I've done is I've peeled the husk back. I've removed the fuzz or the string or whatever you want to call it from inside there. And then I've put this upright in a jar like this with just some water and left it in the fridge for a bit to allow these to soak. That's going to help the corn itself steam and cook quicker. It's also going to protect it from too much char. So all I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to smear my compound butter that you watched me make earlier right onto the husk. And again, I'm going to use the best kitchen tools you're ever going to find to do the job. Beautiful. Now that my corn's been completely coated, all I'm going to do is put my husk back on. So just peel this right back, just like you're reverse peeling a banana. And make sure you're re-encapsulating your ear of corn. This is probably the trickiest part of the whole process. And there you are. This is ready for the smoker. Now I'm going to go throw this on the smoker just at about 300 degrees, and I'll check it for tenderness. All right, so mac and cheese, you've basically got 2 ingredients. You've got your macaroni and you've got your cheesy creamy sauce. Now, with macaroni, I like to use the elbows. They've got little ridges on them, and they really pick up the sauce nicely. I'm not going to show you guys how to cook macaroni. I'm just going to assume that everybody watching this can manage to cook macaroni, and if not, by all means, follow the instructions on the package. Now, let's talk about the cheese sauce. I use 4 cheeses in mine, 4 cheeses for 4 different reasons. One, I use a Mexican hot cheddar. It's got a beautiful spice. It's got a great creaminess. I love it. I've got a Monterey Jack, jalapeno Monterey Jack in this case. There's a tanginess to Monterey Jack I like, and I like that in my mac and cheese. I use a red Leicester to deepen the color. That's pretty much the main reason. It's got a beautiful flavor, but it really makes the color pop. And I use manchego because I love to say manchego. So to make our cheese sauce, we're gonna need to combine our grated cheese with a bechamel. Now, I'll go through making a bechamel in a second, but first thing I need to do is grate our cheese. So, now for our bechamel sauce. Now, a bechamel sauce is really easy to make. First step is a roux. So that's roux as in R-U, not as in R-O-O. And a roux is roughly equal parts of butter and flour cooked off. So I'm going to allow my butter to melt down. Once my butter has melted down and started to cook off a little bit, I'm going to add I'm going to let my roux cook for just a moment. And now I'm going to add milk. So again, I don't get fussed with measurements on this stuff, guys. I do it all by eye. So to my roux, I've added some Milo milk. And now as that heats through, the flour will start to cook, and this is going to thicken up. So first thing to go in is the cheese that we grated earlier. Now to that cheese sauce, I'm going to add 100 mils of sour cream. You can also use Greek style yogurt if you like. I had sour cream in the fridge, so that's what I used. And then I'm going to add about 100 mils of garlic aioli and stir that to combine. The next thing we want to do is we want to stir in our macaroni. So now once it's combined, all we need to do is put it in a baking dish. So now once you've got your mac and cheese combined, the next thing to do is to bake it. You can either bake it on the smoker, which gives it a beautiful smoky flavor, or you can just throw it in the oven if the smoker is full of meaty delights. So the way I like to do it with mac and cheese is I like to make little individual ones. My kids love eating them like this. I don't mind eating them like this, so this is how I like to make them. A couple spoonfuls of mac, just up to the level you want, so whatever you think's a serve for you. Some of you guys might need a bigger ramekin, and just fill your ramekin up. Now that we have our mac and cheese and our ramekins, it's time to put on our crunchy topping. So all you do for that, I'll make a mountain in the center, drizzle with a little olive oil, and in the oven, 180 to 200 degrees, until the tops start to burn. And now we're going to do our deep fried Brussels sprouts. Now this couldn't be simpler. It is so quick and so easy. It's exactly what I said, deep fried Brussels sprouts. Preheat your deep fryer if you have one, or oil on the stove with a thermometer. You want about 175 degrees. You don't want to go chip frying temperature because you're going to burn them before the centers cook. All you need to do, and guys, these will pop, so if you're doing them on the stove, you need to have something to guard this. Luckily, my deep fryer is a lid. So into the fat, lid on, and we're going to allow them to cook. These don't take overly long. You're only looking probably at about 45 seconds to a minute, even if that. You need to check them for color. Once they stop popping, that initial pop, 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 you can open up your lid or remove your splatter guard, whatever you're using, fairly safely. So I'm just going to check these. Oh, they smell amazing. Not quite, almost there. They will start to float early on in the piece, so if you can give them a bit of a shake just to make sure that they roll around, that's great. Take another look. These are about 10 seconds away. Take them up. I'm just letting them drain in there now. And that's what they look like cooked. Pretty simple. Give them a bit of a shake to remove any excess oil. You can put them on a bit of paper towel if you like. I personally don't. I like them with a little bit of that residual grease on there. And then salt, pepper, or a bit of your favorite rub. I'm just using a bit of Caveman Barbecue Bahama Boston rub. You can use pretty much anything on here. Actually, what's really nice is just a little bit of smoked paprika. So there you go. Give them a toss in that. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful side dish. Now, as promised, I'm going to show you how to make my crispy topping for my crusted mac and cheese. So for that, I'm going to use my rocket blender, which is probably one of my most used kitchen appliances. And this is really simple and easy to make. So what I've got here is I've got 30 grams of grated Parmesan cheese. To that, cheese twisties. And I'm going to use, about that much. Let's call it, cup and a half. And I've turned that into a dust. So then you're left with this. All you have to do, give it a bit of a stir together, make sure your cheese is mixed through. Again, if you find any big chunks of Dorito, you can pull them out. You can leave them in, it's up to you. And there you have it. That's how I make my crispy topping for my crusted mac. Well, there you have it, folks. We have our Tomahawk reverse seared, done with crusted mac and cheese, deep fried Brussels sprouts, and compound butter roasted corn. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out. Talk about what you liked about the video and what you didn't like about the video in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, most importantly. And don't forget to like me on Facebook at facebook.com/cavemanbbq Australia.